What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the 6th Sense Sensory Rod. Now, if you go on their website, you're going to see that most of them are solid black. This one in particular is the saltwater version. Now, before you click off this video and say, I'm not a saltwater fisherman, I'm a bass fisherman, just let me tell you, they're really similar in builds. Now, this is a 7.2 medium heavy, and why I went with this is a medium light, but in saltwater terms, you know, technically, if you look at the poundage that this thing can throw, it's from an 1/8 ounce to 5/8 of an ounce and 10 to 17 pound line. So that covers most of your freshwater baits. For the subscribers here on the channel, y'all know I love some B-roll, and this rod is just too beautiful not to do some B-roll of. So here's the perfect time to throw in some B-roll. If you're new to this channel, make sure and hit that subscription button if you like what you see and if you enjoy the rest of the review. So let's get into it. As some of y'all know that follow along with the channel, I do make the occasional trip down to Venice, Louisiana, being I am from Mississippi, to catch redfish, and I cannot wait to get down there. And this is the perfect rod. Let's talk about the specs before I go into my opinion on it. So this is, you know, a 30-ton Japanese carbon fiber rod. It has Fuji guides on it. I'm not going to get too technical. I'm not going to read off of the sheet. You can go on Tackle Warehouse and look at all the super detailed specs of this thing. It is a 2-piece rod seat, and I thought at first I wouldn't like this solid grip because, like, if you look on a lot of my rods, which are mostly duckets and stuff, it has, you know, the blank is exposed right here, but this is a solid foam handle. I really do think one of the main parts of this rod is how good it looks. I know that doesn't help you catch fish, but to me, if you're going to buy an expensive rod like this, you want it to look nice, and this rod definitely has that. Now, let me just say real quick that this rod I bought, you know, out of my own pocket. Now, for y'all that do know, on social media, I do work with 6th Sense a little bit. So you can say I'm biased to some extent. I did pay full price for this, and yeah, there's that. I just want to get that out of the way. I do believe in 6th Sense. If y'all know anything about my channel, I don't make a living off of this. I don't have to fish for money, so don't think I'm just some pro or some person that's making this video because I need some money. I'm not getting paid to do this. I'm just, you know, I like to help y'all out. I've posted a lot of rod and reel reviews on here. Nowadays, you really have to dive deep into, is this just some person that's getting paid to say it? I'm not that person. So, I really do like this rod. I'm going to incorporate some footage of me catching some fish on this rod. Now, this is a medium light. Now, if you're into bass fishing, which most people are that like 6th Sense and, you know, believe in the brand, this rod is going to work for you unless you're just like punching mats, but clearly that's not the right rod. What I'm going to use this medium light rod for is, you know, finesse fishing, or not really finesse. It actually can handle pretty good baits, but one of my favorite things to do with this, and I've needed a rod like this in my arsenal, because here's my arsenal. If you look at all these rods, they're like freaking pole vaulting poles. I don't know, I used to pole vault back in my day. These things are super stiff. They're not, I don't know, when I was coming up and buying a bunch of rod and reels, I just bought all these extra heavy rods, which they have their time and place. Like, this is a ducket extra heavy, and I've loved this rod. It's a 7.6, but I needed a good rod to fish baits like this, top water, little treble hooks. Definitely for your inshore fishermen, this is going to be important. For, you know, speckled trout, smaller redfish, even bigger redfish, they seem to me to not really get the bait all the way in the mouth. Their mouth is tough, but most of the time they, like, you hook them on the outside of their face and their skin is not as tough as a bass. And so I've taken this extra heavy and put a topwater spook on this thing with 50-pound braid, because, you know, I was like, oh, I'm not letting a bull red break me off. And I ripped the bait right out of the fish's mouth, literally. Like, it didn't break, but I lost a lot of fish on it because I was being dumb. So this right here is, you know, you might have to fight the fish a little bit longer. If you're in some very structured areas, you might not go to this, but this thing is going to be very, very sensitive. Hint the name, sensory. I've loved it so far. I've really never picked up a rod that has had this much sensitivity to it, being though, you know, it might be because I fish with heavier rods and this is a medium light saltwater. I feel like this is the perfect rod, you know, for redfish and specks, and also just your everyday bass fishing. It's a great rod. I used to, you know, think go big or go home. It's not really the case for certain presentations and lures. So I'm finally glad I got a rod in my arsenal that is going to help me, you know, diversify the baits I can throw and the effectiveness of those baits. You could also throw this on like Ned rigs. Just make sure you have some really light line to throw it on a bait caster. But you can throw really small micro jigs, you know, shaky heads, stuff like that, jigs. I can't wait to put a nice jig on here and go catch some smallmouth. I've yet to do that. I hardly ever get to fish for smallmouth, being though I'm from Mississippi, but I can't wait. It's coming up. I'm going to Arkansas soon. So overall, I know this is really my opinion on this rod. Like I said, the spec sheets are out there. You've probably already looked at it, and you're probably on YouTube looking for somebody that has this rod and has used it, because that's, you know, what YouTube's for. I'm not going to just read off the specs. That's boring. But like I said, I've loved this rod. It's awesome. Y'all should go check it out. I hope you liked this video, guys. No, it was kind of short and sweet and to the point, but thanks for watching. I definitely recommend this. I'll leave a link in the description where you can buy it. It's not going to be an affiliate link or anything, so I'm not getting any money off of it. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Get out and catch some fish and enjoy your time outdoors. See y'all.